Hey, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? So, I just came here tonight because I want to talk about parents who ruin their children's future by committing what is called child identity theft. Okay? So, child identity theft is when you put stuff in your children's name. When you put bills, credit cards, um, cars, house in your children's name, which can cause their credit, which can have an impact on their credit in the future, right? And that is a federal crime. So most parents don't know that. Most people don't know about that. However, we all know someone whose parents have done that to them. We have been victims of our parents who have done it. Okay? So you got a situation where the parents might put something in the child's name but don't pay the bill. The reason why I'm speaking on it is because there's a young lady who confronted her mother about this same issue, and she told her mom that she was going to be pressing charges against her because she's putting stuff in her name and not paying the bills. So she found out exactly what her mother was doing. So her mother played victim, gaslighting. And the part that really took me over the edge was when the mother had the nerve to ask, well, what's more important to you? Your mom or your credit? Now, as a parent, if you have to ask your child about their future, what is more important to them, regarding to their financial future, then that says something about you. That basically shows that you have set your kids up for failure. And you did not prepare them to what's going on in the world or what's going to be taking place in the world because you messed up their financial future. So if you're a parent that's sitting up here asking, well, what's more important? What's more important? Your mother or your credit? Yeah, you done set your kids up for failure. You have set your kids up for failure. And shout out to the chat. Peace to the chat. Shout out to the chat. Yeah, I can't stand when parents do that because it shows that they don't take accountability and they don't have no remorse for what they have done to their children, by putting their kids in predicaments that can really ruin their future. So I'm watching the video and the young lady was basically telling her mom, well, mom, you done pretty much ruined my life. What I can't get loans. I can't get this. I can't get that. That's basically what she was explaining to her mother. Then instead of mom listening, she kept saying over and over, okay. All right, there you go. Instead of listening to what the child is saying, the mother just kept trying to make herself the victim. Well, I had to do what I had to do. You don't understand. Your father left me. Your father did this. The conversation wasn't about her father. The conversation wasn't about what the father done did. She's talking about what you have done as a parent and how you messed up her future. But instead of taking that accountability, it's she kept going back to her father this, her father that. Let me tell you how important credit is. For those who think that credit is not important, basically it is. Credit is very important. Someone put maybe the mother was effed up because what the father did to her. Have you ever thought about that? Okay, that's true enough, but that doesn't have anything to do with the child. That's not the child's fault because of what happened to the mother. And that doesn't give her the right to do what she did to her daughter as far as putting stuff in her name. You know, if you call yourself being a parent, right, and you're talking about you want the best for your kids, you want the best for your kids. You want your kids to be successful in life, but how are you creating that avenue for them to be successful if you ruin it for them? How are you giving them that opportunity to become successful if you taking it away from them? How are you making them successful? How are you making them? How are you preparing them for the world? So at this point, I understand that our parents go through a lot, yes. But you cannot excuse everything that your parents have done. You can't excuse every behavior of your parents. At some point, your parents have to own up to their character. They have to own up to what they have did. They have to deal with the consequences of their own action. So let me go back to explain why credit is so important. Because your credit is your lifeline. What do I mean by your credit being your lifeline? That determines if you're eligible, if you're qualified to get certain things, like a credit card, a loan, a house, a car. Your credit plays a vital role in that because that lets mortgage companies, banks, it shows them that you are reliable enough and they know that you can be able to pay your bills on time. So when they see your credit score, they see that, okay, this person is paying their bills on time. They on top of things. So that makes credit card companies want to offer you more. Want to offer you credit cards, right? That makes different loan companies come in and offer you loans because they see that you are reliable. They see that your credit score, and then you can start building your own credit. And most people start building their credit at 18 because you fresh out of high school, going into college, and one of the things that people get is student loans. So that's a start for building your credit. Getting a car, building your credit. Getting a phone, building your credit. Getting an apartment for the first time, right? Building your credit. So credit is very important to have. So if people sit up here thinking, well, credit don't really mean a lot. Yes, it does. Actually, it does mean a lot. It does mean a lot when you're trying to prosper and when you're trying to get somewhere in life. It means a lot. That credit score is going to tell that mortgage company if they can be able to give you a house and with a certain down payment. That credit score is going to tell that car dealership if you're qualified to get certain cars, right? That credit score is going to tell other credit card company if you're qualified. That credit score is going to tell the loan businesses if you're qualified. And also, I can go so far as say that credit is going to determine if your relationship with an individual is going to, if it's going to pretty much work out financially. So yes, you might come across somebody that's going to ask you what your credit score look like, because they need to know if you are responsible enough. If you're one of those people that is just going to spend money and be reckless with it, or are you going to make sure that you going to pay your bills on time? And they want to know if they could be able to trust you with their finances. Because if they see that they can't trust you with their finances and your credit score is messed up, then your relationship with that individual may not work out. So credit means a lot. Credit goes a long way. It goes a long way. So when your parents uses your credit, use your name to get whatever they want and not pay the bills, yeah, it can have an impact on your future. And just because as a parent you done messed up your credit and you done fucked up your life doesn't mean you gotta fuck up your own kids. As a parent, you supposed to make a way for your children. You supposed to support. You supposed to bring about the foundation. You supposed to support your kids. You are supposed to provide that foundation for them. And if you're not providing that foundation, then what are they going to have? So if you mess your credit up, that's something that you got to fix. Your child can't fix your credit. If you done messed up your finances, you got to fix that finances. Your child can't fix your finances for you. Yeah, your child cannot fix your finances for you. Your child can't repair your credit for you. So putting shit in your kid's name is not going to repair your credit. Y'all gotta wake up. So again, if you think that credit does not mean anything, go try to get a house without a credit. Go try to borrow some money. Go try to get a credit card. Parents, and then you got some parents that are so selfish to believe that, well, my child gonna be okay. They ain't gonna be hurt behind this. They gonna be all right. They just little kids. It's not about the fact they little kids or they're too young. It's about what it's going to look like for them in the future. That's what it's about. What is their future going to look like? What is they going to have for themselves? So I'm saying this again. Your kids cannot fix your credit for you. They're not responsible for fixing your money. Okay? They're not responsible for fixing your finances. If you messed up your finances, that's on you. That's on you. If you mess your finances up, that's on you. If you mess your credit up, that's on you. That's not on your kids. That's not on your kids. Because your kids gotta live their lives. They gotta be able to take care of themselves. They gonna end up starting a family one day. And they gotta be able to have a place for their family to live. So I don't blame the young lady for telling her mother she want to press charges because it is a federal crime. I don't blame the young lady for going in on her mother because she has every right. You know, she looking for a future. And her main thing was to be able to go to college and get student loans when she needed to pay her tuition. But she worried that she's not able to do that because of what her mother did. And there's people that say, well, you know, you got folks out there that's going to talk, well, you know, that's her mama. She shouldn't come at her mama like that. She shouldn't do her mom this way. She should not put her mother in jail or press charges against her. Her mama made a mistake or whatever. There's people that's going to say that. But those people lack sympathy. They're not putting themselves in the shoe of the child who is hurt and damaged. And that kid's eye, as far as her concerned, the mother was scandalous. She was conniving. And as far as her concerned, she don't trust her own mama. She's not going to be able to place trust in her ever again. That's just like you give somebody your account information. You give them your bank information, your routing number, and you hoping they don't do anything with it, right? You hoping that they can be responsible enough to take out a certain amount of money. Well, that would be the wrong move. Because if you put that person's name on your account, who's to say what that person is not going to do? Who's to say that person is not going to spend all the money up? This is why some people don't give their family member anything. You want to know why some people don't take care of their family members? Why some people don't give their loved ones any money? Because they know that that person will mess up their finances. Why should you give money to individuals you know that they are not financially responsible? That's why some people, when they do get money, they don't tell their relatives that they done won a jackpot or they got a certain amount of income. They don't tell them that. They go and disappear somewhere. Why? Because they know how those individuals are. They know that individuals operate from the state of greed. And chances are when you try to help your family members, they are going to be financially irresponsible. They're not going to always do right or do what is productive with the money. They are going to go out there and be reckless and put you in debt, mess up your pockets because they cannot manage their money. So that's all I wanted to talk to you guys about. That's all I want to have this interaction on because I don't think many people bring up this topic. And this topic often does not get a focus or it does not become a conversation when it should be. If you're going to talk about finances, right, one of the things that we have to talk about is identity fraud or identity theft, especially when it comes down to using children's name. That has to be a conversation that needs to be brought up. Because we know people in our family that have done it, and we had parents that have done it to us. So that conversation got to be brought up, no matter how hurtful it may be, no matter how offensive no matter how offensive it becomes, no matter how it may make somebody feel some kind of way. The conversation has to be brought up. If we're going to talk about finances, we got to talk about identity fraud. We got to talk about identity theft and how to protect yourself from that as much as possible. But all right, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and log off here and shout out to everybody that's in the chat. Thank you guys for coming through. So if you guys are just coming in, make sure you watch the video from the beginning. All right, so the topic was dealing with child identity theft and also how parents use their children's name on the bills and credit cards and all these different things, etc. So you guys just watch the video from the very beginning, and then make sure you like and subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, share the channel. And if you have any comments, you can leave it at the bottom of the video, and I'll try to get to them as much as I can. Until next time, peace and power and elevation. This your girl Tiffany, and I'm out.